Hello and welcome to Wise Dream Team's channel, a channel that is designated for Captain Tsubasa Dream Team videos, analysis, streams, games, everything that is related to Captain Tsubasa Dream Team. So this series is called the Player Series. I talk about all that is related to a single player and all his cards in the game, and how each card is good or not for you, and how you can benefit from each card. Today's actually this is like the fourth or fifth episode. However, the last episodes were all in Arabic, so I'm gonna go back and translate all these episodes again. However, the first English episode is gonna be about Juan Diaz. So Juan Diaz, give you a little bit of information about him. So Diaz is an Argentinian player, of course. His name comes from the player Ramon Diaz, an old Argentinian player. However, his physical appearance is based on Maradona. As you know, in Captain Tsubasa, almost every single character is based on someone in real life. So Diaz first appeared in the manga Captain Tsubasa when Junior Youth Japan was playing versus Hamburg Youth as a practice match, and Diaz first appeared there with Pascal. Diaz first entered the Argentina Junior Youth, and he went versus Tsubasa in the tournament, and he regards Tsubasa as his only rival in that tournament and all his career actually. So usually he plays a midfielder. However, most of his cards he plays both midfielder and forward as well. So this is a little bit of Diaz. Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, I forgot something. He's currently plays at Napoli, the Italian team Napoli, as a club. Okay, so let's go to his cards within Captain Tsubasa. So the first card for him is a blue card. His status is not that well, to be honest. It doesn't go well with the current meta. So it's a 15, 13, 13,000. He excels in dribble and shot. As you can see, in speed is 5,149. His power is 4,164. So the card is not that great since it's one of his first cards. He comes with a drive shot and South American dribble. Drive shot is only momentum 450, while the South American dribble is 300 momentum. His passive is 10% versus toughness type. Since he's agility, he already has a color advantage. With a 10% even more advantage against the red team or red cards. This is the very first card that comes with Tsubasa, and I think he comes also with the first free pulls that you get from the game. It's an okay card. It's not that good to focus on it. I'm pretty sure that you can get much better cards before you even get that card. Second card is called 1 in a Million. It's an attacking midfielder as well. It has somersault shot you can get from the events. It's not a pretty great card. You only need to get the somersault shot if you need it. That's pretty much it. And you can get this card from the events. You can check the event schedule to see when it will come. The next card is the red card, which has a twin drive shot. It comes from the events as well. It's an SSR event. You can go to the schedule and see when it will come. The card is not actually that great. You actually just get it to get the twin drive shot if you need it. It has a 270 momentum, which is good for a B shot. Usually B shots go up to 240, 250 momentum. However, this is 270 because it's a twin shot with Tsubasa. The next card will be the Superstar card, Innovation Fine Play, which is an event card as well. It has a B60 crisis tackle, with a 260 momentum. It's a great ability to have if you're gonna play Diaz as a midfielder. It's a really great ability to have. It has a high momentum to 260 as well. That is this card, and the next card will be the A80 backflip overdrive kick. This card, you can get this card from the league. I think it costs 100,000 league points. The good thing about this card is that you can buy it over and over again, so you can get A80 pretty quick. So you only need about 800,000 points to get, no, not 800, sorry, 1 million points to get A80, which is pretty good, to be honest. It's a pretty good deal to get an A80 overhead with a 340 momentum. That is pretty good. You can also get a 300 South American dribble as well in it. So it's a pretty good card. I like this card. You can easily level up these two cards whenever it gets refreshed, whenever the league gets refreshed. So the next card is the first Dreamfest of Diaz, and the first Dreamfest that actually it's the first card that can get a forward and an attacking midfielder positions. So it's the first card that can do two positions. It's a great card. I think it still holds up in the meta. I believe it still holds, especially with the new Super Solidarity buffs that came up with the recent Japan 97 banners. So his attack is 19,000, defense 60,000, 18,000 for physical. He excels in shot, dribble, shot and dribble. And he also has a high power for over 6,000 and speed almost 6,000. So for this card, it depends on when you're gonna play him. If you're gonna play him forward, I suggest you break limit him as a shot, dribble, speed, power. If you're gonna put him as an attacking midfielder and give him a drive pass, and some of the midfielder stuff, you can give him 25 shot, 25 power, 22 dribble, 22 pass, 3 speed and 3 technique as a break limit for an attacking midfielder. It's a great card. I really think that it holds up now in the meta. If you have a Super Solidarity or a 45% buff on this guy. He has 15% against skill type players. His team skill is not that great. It's 10% for all red team toughness type. His shot is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's 475. Usually shots nowadays go between 470 and 490, depends on the shot. So 475 is actually it's pretty good. He has Genius dribble attack 350 and then A pass for 315, which are good. He comes equipped with already a forward abilities. He already has a shot, he has a dribble, he has a pass. So you could give him a tackle as well, an interception, or you can give him an overhead or a low shot. Depends if you're gonna put him a forward or not. If forward, then I suggest you give him at least a low shot or a high shot. If you can keep him as an attacking midfielder, I suggest you give him an interception and a crisis tackle B60. That'd be great. It's a great card. I really love this card. I think it still holds up until now. That's all I can say, I think, about it. Okay, so the next card is the blue card, which has twin drive shot. Okay, so this card is okay. It's a normal card. 17, 14, 16, shot 6,421. That's pretty much all he can do. He's the attacking midfielder. However, he has pretty high stats in attack and physical. Only the tackle is high. So for this card, it's okay to play with him, but there are many more better cards than him to play in this position. I think even if you start the game, you're still gonna have other cards that are better than this card. However, this card is still okay because it gives you 10% with Ozar Tsubasa in your team, so everything can be raised here by 10%. He has the twin drive shot with Tsubasa 475, which is okay. Genius dribble attack 350 and a somersault shot 300, which is a good ability to take out with a skill removal and give him to any forward Diaz if you're gonna give him a high and a low and a ground shot. So it's gonna be like the ultimate forward. You just give him the ball, either if it's a ground or just pass the ball to him inside the midfield, inside the penalty area, and he's most likely gonna score. So the next card is a green card, which has a 17, 14, 16. It's pretty basic. It's the same as the other cards as well. He has a high in shot and in power, so you have to break limit shot and power. Almost all Diaz cards you have to break shot, power, and shot. However, the other depends on what we're gonna play him. We're gonna play him AM. I think you should give him more of a tackle intercept. If you're gonna play him forward, it's more about speed and probably pass and dribble. So it all depends on which card you play in and which position you play him in. So this card has a low flying shot 415, a drive shot A80 320, and Argentinian duo 315. Now here's the thing, you see a 415, correct? However, his passive adds 15% to all low flying shots. So that means that you can add 15% to the 415, which becomes 477 maximum, which is it's still good. It's still good. I think it's still good. However, this card is not that great to play in because you need a low shot to make him actually worthwhile. And unless you have an attacking midfielder who actually has a passive that guarantees low flying shots, it's a hard card to play, and I think it's a good pass. It's a good pass card. Just pass on it. Just keep it to give the S shot to any other character, to any other Diaz if you need it. This card came as an old with an old event. Yes, it was an old event. You can upgrade from R to UR. It's a pretty bad card to be honest. It has nothing special in it. It has a C drive, a C duo, and C crisis tackle. If you need those at C to preserve stamina, then I guess they're okay. Otherwise, it's not a good card. It's not a good card. So next card is it's a pretty debatable card. The Dream Collection that had a hidden ability a while ago, pretty a while ago. So this card has a 15, 12, 14, which is a really bad stats to be honest. However, he has a high dribble and an okay speed, and has a 1205 stamina. So this card has 100% insight stats with an advantage at matchup, which means that whenever you do a correct matchup, all these stats raise up by 100%, which is pretty great. Which means that whenever you do a correct guess, you 100% you can actually evade the player that you're going up against. Now he has a 12% increase to all skill type players, which is actually it's an okay skill. I think it's a good skill if you're playing a mono green card. He has a 490 through dribble, which is one of the best dribbles of the game. An A80 drive fast, and an Argentinian duo 15 with Pascal. Now here's the good thing and the bad thing about this guy. He has a matchup bonus. So every time you match up, you do a correct matchup, you can increase his stats by 30% up to 3 times, which means that if you do 3 correct matchups, his stats will increase by 90%. Okay, 90%, which leaves I think his attack can become around 27k, around that 27k I think, and his physical around 24k, which is pretty insane to be honest. However, if you get a goal, or if you get a goal, or if you get sorry, I forgot the words. So if you get a goal, it cancels up the matchup bonus. So if you get a goal, all the bonus that you get is reset to 0. And if the first half is done, it's finished, you start the second half with 0 again as well. So this is only my downside for this guy. It means that you have to actually give him the ball straight up, and you have to match up 3 times to get the full bonus of it, and get a goal, and then it resets back to 0. So if you do a 3 matchup, it's almost a guaranteed goal after that, because his stats will be way up high. I'm conflicted about this hidden skill. I'm very conflicted about it. So it gives you 5. The other hidden skills gives you 5% to Pascal, if he is in the team, of course, and it gives you 35% shooting skills. That is amazing. That is actually pretty good. So if you give him a drive shot or a triple gymnastic shot as well, triple gymnastic shot was 475. Yep, 475. Let's give it a 35%. Let's see how much it gets. Let's see. 475. Let's give it a 35%. So it becomes 641, which is insane to be honest. But it has only 40%. No, it doesn't have 40%. Sorry. Yeah, this is insane. This enhancing skill, shooting skills, is insane. If you combine him with the matchup bonus, if you get matchup bonus correct, his shooting stats will be just absolute monstrous. And the even more monstrous is that his last hidden ability, which is minus 30% when using a special skill. That means that the street dribble will cost only 200. That's it. Street dribble will cost only 200, and you have the 1200 stamina. That means they can actually do Surge Dribble like 6 times, around 6 times. Yep, yeah, around 6 times in one match. That's without full power as well. This is insane. This is actually pretty insane. Okay, that means that he has more advantage to actually get the matchup bonus to work. So I guess whenever the match starts, just give him the ball and just start dribbling, so you can get the momentum up. So you get the matchup bonus up. It's a pretty great card. Don't get me wrong, it's a great card, but I would not heavily invest in it because nowadays the defenders and defensive midfielders all has pretty good tackling stats. So you really need to know your way around defensive midfielders. Because to get a good matchup stat, it's pretty hard against them. Most defensive midfielders are now really strong, really high stats in both pass cuts and tackles. So I don't know. This card is good. It's good, but I'm still conflicted about it. So we have this green card and the blue card. The both cards came in probably I think 2 months ago through a ladder event. It gives you an extreme swift interception, crisis tackle, and a drive pass. It has an auto intercept as well. It's a good card. It's a good card because as you can see, the intercept is really high, over 7k, and the technique is over 6k. So pretty much you put this card just to intercept. That's pretty much you intercept, and then you pass the ball straight up to whoever is next to you. So you can't actually get him because it's part of a ladder event, but he may return as a purchasable card during an event. I think this is how he is gonna return. Okay, so the next card. Okay, the blue and the green is the same thing, but this blue only has interception. That's it. If you upgrade him, you get an interception A. Yeah, and his stats it's bad. It's been pretty much you just get him to get the intercepts. That's pretty much it. So the SR. So the SR you can get it from normal gacha transfers. You can get the SR ticket. It has an A drive pass, which is good if you want to level his drive passes. Now, this card is pretty strong. I like this card very much. So this card, more than a miracle. It is literally more than a miracle. So Diaz in his card has 20k attack, 15k defense, and 17k in physical. He's more up to the shot area. As you can see, the power is 5,900. For this card, I would break limit him as a shot 25, 25, 22, 22, 3, 3. If you put him as an attacking midfielder. However, if he is a forward, I would suggest shot, dribble, speed, power, and I will tell you why. Okay, so his team skill has 15% for skill top South American players, or skill top players 10%. That is a really good. That's a really good team skill if you are playing mono green and you have some South Americans in it. He has a 20% extra stats the more you have South American players. So if you have full South American players, you can get him up to 20% max. So everything will be 20% extra. That's monstrous. That is really monstrous. So he has an overhead backflip kick, 475 momentum. He has a 1-2 with duo with Pascal, and he has somersault shot, which is a low. So he's pretty much already equipped with high and low ball. So you just need to give him probably a dribble and a normal shot. And I think if Pascal is with you, that's good. If he's not with you, then I suggest you remove the duo and put a drive pass. Put a drive pass instead of it. Pascal is kind of a hard guy to play to play in unless you're playing full South American. Otherwise, no place with Pascal. Let's be honest. No place with Pascal, even in South American. So his hitting skills are rain and paddle resistance, 2% for AM and forward. That's a 70% chance to activate it. All your forward and AM, regardless of what their color is or the nationality, they all will get 2% for forwards and attacking midfielders. It has a 20% stats versus German players. That means he is literally a Mueller killer. He has 25% special force on high flying shots. Okay, so the high flying shots you have 25% force, but it only activates 40% chance of activation. So it's kind of, I think it's balanced. It's balanced because his stats is already really high, and his backflip overdrive is 475, which is pretty good. And if you add 25%, that's insane to be honest. Especially since his high ball is normal, but his low ball is good. Um, so yeah, this is pretty good. I wish it was 50%. I think that would be okay. Maybe you could put it 50% and then make it 20% as a force. I think that would be more okay. But 40% for 25% increase, it's pretty good. It's amazingly good. Okay, so the reason why I don't want to put pass to break pass, and I would suggest more of a shot, dribble, speed, power, is that he has a 40% to enhance the forces of passing skills by chance to activate 40%. This is why I want. This is why I would not invest that much in pass, because he already has a 40% to increase the force power, which kind of gives you the differentiation between the difference between ability limit break. It can be covered with the hidden ability he has here. So probably better to give him more of a dribble, shot, speed, and power. In this case, yeah, this is what I think. This card is amazing. I love this card. I love this card so much. Thing is, I don't have it, which is bad. I really want this card. I really do want this card. But yeah. Hopefully I'll get it. If you get this card, it's an amazing card to invest in, to be honest. It's an amazing card to invest in. And this is the last card here. So, the last card we have here is the Super Dream Fest that was just released a few days ago. Sadly, I did not get the card yet. Hopefully I will get it in the near future. This card is insane. Literally, this card is super insane. It's it's a fantastic Diaz. It's a really insane card. So he has as you can see, his attacks is 24,000, defense 16,000, and physical 20,000. It's all insanely good. Dribble and shot all above 8,000. Pass 6,000, tackle 6,000, intercept, speed, power all above 6,000, technique 7,000. That is insanely good. That is insanely good. I don't know what I can say, to be honest. Okay, so I would suggest that you break limit him as a shot, dribble, speed, power. That's it, to be honest. Or you could do the normal all-rounder attacking midfielder, which is a shot, 25 shot, 25 power, 22 dribble, 22 pass, 3 speed, 3 technique. However, I would love a shot, dribble, speed, power, so he can run much more efficiently, much more quick. Also because he has a street dribble, 490 street dribble. That's insane, man. That's really insane. His team skill is 10% for South American players, or forward and goalkeepers 10%, which means that if you have this skill, doesn't matter who your forward is or your goalkeeper is, he will always get a 10%. However, everyone other than the forward and the GK will need to be a South American to get this team skill. So his passing skill is pedal to the metal. 15% increase in all stats. His stats is already too good, and you give him a 15% increase. That is just wow. That is just an amazing card. So he has acrobatic banana shot 490, which has a special effect. Does not lose momentum even when shot from a tight angle from the goal. He has street dribble 490, which is amazingly good. He has a 440 drive pass S, which is still insanely good as well. This is why I don't want to break limit his pass. He already has an S drive pass, and his passing skill is already high, 7,000 techniques, it's almost 7,000 pass. So I think if you go purely dribble, shot, speed, power, it will be better. So you can make sure that he dribbles and shoots and gets a goal straight up. So this card is probably the best card that Diaz has. It's an insane card, to be honest. Diaz, although overall is a must card to have in your team, regardless of color and and card effects. He's a really an all-rounder player, mostly scorer, more than an interceptor or a tackler. Um, his best card is of course the Super Dream Fest, I believe. Second best card will be the hidden card. Third best card will be the Dream Fest, the red one, and the fourth best card would be the Dream Collection one. The others are okay. They're not that good. Just make sure of the old Dream Fest, the new Super Dream Fest, the hidden Dream Collection, and the hidden green one. That's all I have for the player series. Hope it got. I hope it was good. My explanation of the card. I'm gonna do other players as well. Probably one player a week, maybe. I'll see what I can do. Of course, I'm gonna do them in both English and Arabic. Two different videos, one Arabic and one English. I hope you guys have fun, and I hope you guys learned something in this video. Okay, so thank you guys. I'll see you later, and goodbye.